Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to sunny, blustery, a little chilly Arizona. As we're out here in the sun, we're catching the last sun rays on Friday afternoon. Lots happened this week. We're going to digest this. We're going to go over a few different things. We're going to leave the crypto summit at the White House for next. That's happening right now as I speak. But first, I want to talk about the strategic reserves, how there's more than one, what it all means, how it all comes together, and how President Trump has been a master of the art of the deal once again, showing for minimum to no effort how he's achieved, and he's basically pleased everybody with only lifting a finger to sign an executive order. So if you like this kind of content, please give a like, a share, subscribe. All that cool stuff really helps. But that helps out the channel, helps me out, helps the encouragement. But I got a couple notes here. I want to go over what's happened this week, how all promises have been kept, but there's still more work to be done. First off, we have a strategic Bitcoin reserve as of Thursday, okay? Officially, he assigned it into executive order. We have a stockpile of Bitcoin that we're going to not sell, okay? The strategic reserve. So I don't know exactly how they're doing it, and probably they're not going to tell you, but they're probably going to move it into a multi-signature wallet for safekeeping. The Treasurer Bissent will be part of it. Howard Lutnick will probably be another part of it. But basically, we have come in less than, well, in 15 years, in the 15 to 20 years of Bitcoin existence, do the math, 2008, 2009, Bitcoin is going from, is this worth anything? Is it just, digital nonsense to it can buy two pizzas? Now it's worth nearly $100,000 again. And now it's on the balance sheet of, not just the balance sheet of the US, which has been for several years because they seized it, but now it's officially listed as a strategic reserve. Peter Schiff is probably losing his mind, but hey, that's the breaks. So Trump has come out and his advisors have told him and saying, we don't want to sell this stuff. We want to hold it, and look what has happened in the past. They've sold Bitcoin in the past that they seized in other ways, and that Bitcoin is going up in value. So they've actually lost money by selling it. So that's Bissent's arguments. That's why many other people's arguments, including Howard Lutnick and a few others, saying, hold on to it. You just don't know where it's going to go. Senator Loomis as well. A shout out to Dennis Porter over at the Strategic Action Fund or Satoshi Act Fund. There's lots of advocates out there to try to get Bitcoin on the books. But here's what Trump has done with barely lifting a finger. Bitcoin was already possessed by the United States government when he was president the first time. Now it's back again. All he's doing is saying, we're not going to sell it. They're not actively pursuing another purchase of it or any other cryptos, which I'll get to in a moment. But right now, they own some Bitcoin. They're not going to sell it. They're going to hold on to it. It's now in a strategic reserve. Now, so strategic reserve, much like, we have oil, we have other commodities, we hold things in case we need to adjust the economic flow or we run out of it, we need it internally for our own business. So that's where the question, a lot of people are like, what is strategic about owning Bitcoin? Well, it's a monetary strategy. It's going to go up in value. No other asset class is going up more than Bitcoin. It's been the top asset performer 11 of the last 14 years. Let that sink in. I'll say it again. For the last 14 years, no other asset class has outperformed Bitcoin on the planet as far as return on investment. 11 out of 14 years. You can't say that about gold, oil, anything. You can't say it about anything. You can't say it about corn, soybean futures, whatever commodity you want to put up with, whatever asset, real estate, you name it, Bitcoin has beaten it over those 14 years. 11 out of 14 times. No other asset class has even ever done that, I don't believe. So now we've reclassified, we've recategorized, we put another name on it, kind of like a Gulf of America kind of thing. We just put the Bitcoin we already had in the US government's possession into a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's a name change. It's like you named the wallet to strategic Bitcoin reserve. To appease the other people, your Brad Garlinghouses, your Charles Hoskinsons, with their XRP and Cardano respectively, to the what the heck are they calling it? The World something financial, World Economic Financial, or it's the crypto thing that they launched in the last couple months, where they're doing memes and they're working on Solana and Ethereum. to appease the Ethereum and Solana people, they included, Trump tweeted out, hey, we're going to look at Solana, we're going to look at Ethereum. As far as the digital asset reserve, which is a broader category, but separate to the strategic Bitcoin reserve. So we got the Bitcoin here. We've also got the other assets here, and they're all under the umbrella of a digital asset reserve, which is all under the umbrella of strategic reserves. See how all that makes sense? So again, we've got oil, we've got gold. Those are all strategic reserves. They are part of the global picture, the big umbrella of the strategic reserves for our country. You have some that are precious metals, you have some that are oil and other commodities. Now you have digital assets. And under the umbrella of the digital assets are the other assets that aren't Bitcoin and Bitcoin. Now they have got a summit going on today. They're probably going to be working on the criteria to bring things in, but all Trump did was label things. They had their Bitcoin, they said, we're not going to sell it. Now we're labeling it a strategic reserve for Bitcoin. They already had Cardano. They already had XRP. They already had Solana from other confiscations that they already had. What they did, so that goes under the umbrella of a digital asset reserve, okay? So you've got those two separate. You got the Bitcoin over here, you got the digital asset over here. Obviously it's in cyberspace, so they're not really here or here, but you get the idea. They're all under this digital asset umbrella. It's just naming things. They've already had it. The only caveat, the one that's been a concern for other people is now, like, rather than driving the price up because there's going to be increased demand, yes, there is, like, you know, the U.S. has put a value on it. They've basically, these things are worth keeping, so now they're strategic, we're going to hold on to them. But they also said we're not going to actively pursue buying more of this stuff. So while Senator Loomis may want to buy 1 million, while RFK want to buy 4 million, right now they're sitting around 200,000 Bitcoin, and they're going to hold there for now. Now, I ask you to rewind mentally about, if you've been around this long, 7-8 years when I started, maybe a little longer, Anthony Pompliano, known as Pomp, would be on CNBC, and he'd try to get people to convince them that the value of Bitcoin, the monetary value of it, and eventually they got to the point of like, well, maybe let's put a 1% allocation. After they saw how it was performing, they went to the 1% allocation. And then it went to 5 or 10 and then unlimited because everybody wants to get into Bitcoin with ETFs now. Okay? Can you see how this could possibly happen with our federal government? Now that we've given Bitcoin, it has value. It is an asset. It's strategic. It now has worth. In the view of the government, owning Bitcoin is a good thing. Okay, so that's a good endorsement, not just from the government, but across everybody. Everybody should own some Bitcoin is the way you should read into this. To go further, once it's established that you should have some Bitcoin, now they're going to go and say, maybe we should have a certain percentage of our GDP or a budget or whatever to buying Bitcoin, say 1%. Now that will shoot things up, and then it'll go to 2 or 3 or 5 and go on and on and on. This is how you get the ball rolling. You have to get it the foot in the door. This is the foot in the door moment. Bitcoin is in the possession of the government. Rather than selling it and getting dollars back and losing purchasing power, they're holding on to the Bitcoin and seeing what happens. They're going to do the same thing with the other digital asset reserves and hold on to them. But all he's done was just change the label. So this is the art of the deal. Once again, let's see, anything else I missed here. So he rebranded it, no new purchases, putting values on these things. So he's appeased the Ethereum people, the Solana people, the XRP people, the Cardano people, the Bitcoin people. You didn't get everything you wanted, but that's part of negotiations. So what are your thoughts? What do you think about the strategic reserve, the fact that we have 2 of them, digital asset reserves for everything else, strategic Bitcoin reserve all by itself, maybe it's under the umbrella too, but you get the idea, it's separate. It's separate. Bitcoin is separate than wherever excuse me, whether Cardano or XRP are being kept. Dry air. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Let me go find out what's going on at the summit today, and I'll get back to you for the next video. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.